Welcome, Capricorn. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, and I have pulled for you for this full moon in Sagittarius the mystery card, the Pyramid. This was such an intense hit to me. I looked it up in the Oracle card and wanted to read a little bit about this beautiful card. The unknown is far less intimidating than you believe it to be. Your power to manifest is at its peak. Be mindful of the environments you spend time in as they significantly influence your energetic state. Things are aligning regardless if it is visible. Focus on the powerful, serendipitous, euphoric parts of life, and the universe will keep giving them to you. Be prepared for an expansion of your consciousness and new spiritual experiences. Your healing abilities are being enhanced. Focus on energy healing practices to benefit yourself and others. You're never alone. You are part of the unified field of consciousness, and you are leaving an energy imprint on the world. Consider the legacy you're creating and the impact of your actions. This is so profound, and what is resonating with me is that you are stepping into a level of communication with your ancestors that elevates you to what some could call the Council of Elders. You're part of the leadership of the planet, the spiritual leadership of the planet, and that is not to say that you are a deity or godlike. This is not about being better than others or being superior or inferior. This is about a level of responsibility you've chosen as you enter this lifetime, as you chose this life, one of a series of lifetimes that may have stretched over millennia, in which you are benefiting from and contributing to higher levels of spiritual energy and resonance with the communal, global community. So that you are open up, and for many of you, you may indeed be experiencing your own tremendous healing practice. As has been stated, it is irrespective of your material conditions. You may live humbly, you may live grandly, but this is about your ability to experience the opportunities that this life is presenting to you in order to elevate yourself and your loved ones, your community. Such a powerful message. The Seven of Cups is describing what many of you may be experiencing in your dream life. This is, as I have so often said, your dreams often feel as though you're going to school or you're teaching at school. You often find yourself in unfamiliar social circumstances where you have a specific task to do, and you are operating and participating at a variety of communities of leadership, and you are actually able to see the impact of your advisement or information knowledge base on communities and how that shifts social structures and movements throughout the world. It seems entirely presumptuous to imagine that an individual person could have such influence, but in your dream life, you are carried into a variety of places that may be unfamiliar or that are unfamiliar to you in your waking life. Again, you may be crossing over timelines, but the options are numerous. You can be feeling yourself, particularly in your astral travels or your dream life in your meditations or your spiritual sacred spaces as operating at multiple levels or a variety of timelines coming together for you. Underneath the deck, you have the Chariot, and this is another 7, so that is really about being on your path. The Chariot is about the necessity to keep your own counsel, to ignore or minimize the distractions that customarily come into your life. As a person who is so very capable and responsible, you are often requested to be of service to people who are confident that you can do a job, even if you don't know or think you can do it. Because of your willingness to learn and to reactivate levels of experience you may have had in other lives, you're often inclined to take these requests for your help as opportunities for your own soul growth. And as accurate as that may be at some level, it is very important for you now to prioritize what your goals are, to not be distracted by the continual requests for your help, because they will always be there, and you're not the only one that can help in many cases or fix something. You are not a fixer. That is not your job. Your job is to move forward with your vision of service to the world. And it feels as though that is coming to you after a lot of work. I do not take this lightly. A lot of this has to do with self-acceptance, uh, always feeling outside of some kind of norm or the crowd or the in crowd, and finally being at a place where you understand your independence as a value that allows you to go into places that others uh, cannot. Your present card, the Hermit, is really underscoring this continuous inner quest that you are on, and this need for sacred space around you for your ability to enjoy and maximize the sacred silent space that you give to yourself in order to work out the information you're receiving from dreams in some ways. This is also coming with an idea that you don't need to think everything through. As an incredible strategist, as a strategic risk taker, you are routinely invested in gaining information, planning, thinking out an effective plan for certain circumstances. And this card seems to be emphasizing the need to serve yourself rather than serving a plan. The plan is there. You're emerging into the plan, you're growing into your service. But it is so important that you keep your own physical vehicle, your soul's energy focused and directed and joyful. So the emotional experience of this particular stage in your soul's growth is important to maximize in terms of energetic fulfillment, emotional fulfillment, allowing this experience to feel good, to feel wondrous, to accept that, to understand that it is this joy in fulfillment that is part of the healing journey for you, that you are not just a human doing, you are a human being. And now you have an opportunity to be the many things that you have done to accumulate the wisdom that you're able to share at the service of others. In the past, the Four of Cups, it feels to me like in your mind, you have more recently come to take baby steps in this consciousness of being here now, being in the present moment, understanding that this is all we have, and that this experience perhaps of struggle, hard work, determination, uh, um, uh, maximizing minimal resources is not the only way to live. That however humble our circumstances are, there is joy in every moment. And learning to align yourself with that has been part of your a particular aspect of your healing journey that you have consciously cultivated. No longer waiting until or when something happens to be happy, but realizing that your experience in your garden, taking a walk, uh, in the park, observing others' behavior, looking at art, these are the things that give you joy in the moment, that fill your soul in the moment, and that more of that is helping to detoxify your energy in a way that is realigning your heart chakra, all of your chakras, to your service, your higher consciousness. And in the future, the Tower card is about being prepared in many ways, emotionally prepared for the experience that I feel you quite likely are already experiencing. I don't feel that the Tower is far away for any of us, but the Tower indicates a sense of bring it onness that is seems unlikely during such trying, shifting times, such uncertainty in our social lives that uh, there's almost thriving on the ability to stay in your heart, to stay in peace, to stay in gratitude. There's this almost childlike joy that radiates from you as you feel yourself in the throes of a kind of divine love. And harnessing that is allows you to feel your way out of a troubling past into a fulfilling, joy-filled future. And the joy comes because you're being of service in the way that you chose to be when you chose this life. And you are fulfilled as you are experiencing lifetimes of experiences culminate in this particular time at such a critical moment for the planet. And this is what you've always wanted at some level. And I'm speaking to the healers among you, absolutely. That this is what you have been prepared for, are preparing for, healing, finding joy, finding opportunities in the hardships that so many of us are experiencing. If you're enjoying this reading, if it's resonating for you, please like this video. Please share it with others if you feel inclined to do so. I enjoy your comments very much and your appreciations always. They always are such a balm to me. I love them and it makes me love what I do. I am taking something of a break, so thank you for spending time with me as I rethink my channel so that I can be more joyful in the service that I provide. The Hermit card in the present is clarified by the Emperor. Beautiful. Wow, what lovely energy. This is about taking complete responsibility for your own reality and your own experience, understanding that despite the evidence to the contrary, right? There is oppression, there is violence, there is pain, there is war in the world. There are people that do bad things and create horrid consequences. Nevertheless, you've come to a place of understanding that you choose where you place your actions, your attention, and take control so that you are sovereign of your life. What you experience in your 3D reality, you take ownership of and responsibility for. No one else can give, you give no one else credit for what you do and how you're doing it. This doesn't mean that you don't have gratitude to your loved ones, to your family, to your experiences, to the world, the glorious natural world that holds us, but you understand that you are your own person. You are, in many ways, as is resonant with many Capricorn stereotypes, self-made, and you relish that. In the past, the Four of Cups is clarified by the Ten of Pentacles. Interesting. So it's almost as though you have understood that abundance and prosperity, all that you could wish for is available to you, but only if you shift your emotional attention and begin to honor all of the resources, wishes, blessings, and love that exist in your world. So that you are shifting your lens so that you understand all that is aligned with you in your life is already available. And that makes your life in your community, your chosen community, your chosen family, abundant beyond measure. You don't take this privilege lightly. You understand that there are people, good people, hardworking people in the world that don't have all of the luxuries, all of the freedom to identify, to choose, make the choices that you make. And your freedom is what, your sense of freedom and autonomy is what gives you this sense of legacy, that you're in a position now to give back what you have learned, what you've gained, whatever that is. And for many of you, it is not wealth, material wealth. It is knowledge. It is care. It is attention or concern. Capricorns are known to be master builders. So building communities, building relationships, all are a part of the abundance that you feel privileged to experience. And in the Tower, in the future, clarified by the Two of Pentacles. I do see you in a kind of a tug of war, a little bit of a tug of war. You're trying to reconcile the deprivation for many of you, or the oppression of your past, with the jubilance that you're experiencing, perhaps with much less. And for a Capricorn, someone who wants to feel secure in the 3D, who needs safety, who needs that stability to feel able or willing to be generous, you've really had to create a mind shift for yourself in acknowledging the great wealth of your talents and skills, the wisdom you've gained. And this part of this wisdom is integrating that once experience of violence, abuse, exploitation with the sense of deep liberation, that even in under the most oppressive conditions, you are still free to make the choices that resonate with you. And this is deeply resonating with you in many ways. You're not so much trying to wrap your head around it, because I don't feel the sense of you doing a lot of overthinking, which can be anxiety producing. I instead uh, believe perhaps in your dream life you are experiencing other realities. You are being reminded or remembering other realities and experiences that are so oppositional to what you now see and experience in your life. In some ways, it's as though you formerly looked at yourself through the perception of others and found yourself wanting, uh, judged, a lot of judgment. And as a result of that, a lot of self judgment and self criticism. So you are trying to unleash that as you allow this sense of uh, joy, jubilance, exuberance to fill up your heart, your energy, your soul, so that your planning is less like uh, a textbook um, progress, and more like an intricate weaving and coming together, almost a coalescing of a variety of experiences you've had the privilege to enjoy in this life and in others. I could talk about this all day. This is so profound. I am going to finish off this reading with a pure magic oracle, and hope you've been gaining some insight from this reading. I'd love to hear if any of this is resonating with you. Too many. And I think I'm just feeling energy so active here for so many of you. Me being a Capricorn as well. And I pulled Mugwort Dreams, Rhythm, Higher Self, Reality, Rest. I like this. Mugwort is a powerful plant. It is associated with former witch communities. Um, this is about this rhythm of experiencing a new reality, a newness, an elevation in consciousness, but not just consciousness, which we often associate with thought, but this is a new sense of soul purpose and reality. So the nature of reality is literally shifting. You feel as real in your dream life, your meditation life, as you do in the 3D world. And as a result of all of this activity, the need for rest is phenomenal. I wouldn't be surprised if many of you are sleeping, perhaps not every night, because there are breaks and gaps in the level of communication that you're receiving from your spirit guides, from your ancestors, but you're probably getting a lot of very vivid sleep. You're probably experiencing different states of sleepfulness, as in lucid dreaming, a lot of travel, astral travel, and perhaps you are even in semi wakefulness when you are uh, actually moving your dream events around. So you're accessing higher levels of awareness that all demand extraordinary amount of physical rest. Your body's going through immense changes. I hope you've enjoyed this content, Capricorn. If so, there's more content here. And until next time, namaste.